5:10 or 5 o'clock? You need to plug anything? I mean, like power? Okay. You're good. Oh, yeah, you got yours.
Okay, 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 4 3 2 1. Well, I always hit that big. I always hit that big one so that when I go. Yeah, but when I hit that big one, it's like whoa.
Nah, good.
We good? 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. Testing 1 2 3 4 5. One two one two 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5. Testing 1 2 3 4 5.
Okay. Good. All right. All good. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I don't know who that is. Okay. Right. Yeah. Mhm. Something like that. For that. What is it? Is it the fuzz or what's the what? Like what? Give me. Oh, nothing. Oh, look, no, they can't hear you. No, I mean, yeah. Is it different cameras as well, or no? Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. I just little because sometimes things change. Like we get new, there's a lot of new operators come on board as well. That are getting, yeah. I don't know. What did you shoot with the other company? What was that? What was that? Okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah.
The opening month of the NPL New South Wales women's season is coming to a close. Both these teams this afternoon looking for 3 points to kickstart their season. Western Sydney Wanderers and Gladesville Ravens meet at Wanderers Football Park. Good afternoon, everybody. Mike Sheen with you for round 4 action in NPL Women's New South Wales Premiership competition. Teams are in. Let's have a look at the lineups before we get blown away here at Wanderers Football Park. For the hometown Wanderers, they line up this way. Starting in goal, number 1, Amy Hall. 3, Gemma Ferris. 5, Chelsea Barton. 8, Estella Cameron. 11, Miriam Zumaya. 13, Talia Capitanellis. 14, Alvina Koshaba. 16, Annika Stajic. 18, Amy Barker. 23, Maya Lobo. And 26, Sienna Arate. Reserve keeper, number 20, Jasmine Silva. The other subs, 15, Angelina Scamadella. 17, Amelia Cassar. 21, Olivia Vanderlaan. 25, Hope Clure. And 32, Brooklyn Hudson. For Gladesville, they line up this way. Starting keeper, number 1, Eliza Coleman. 3, Annie Dasco. 5, Charlotte Wilford Carroll. 6, the captain, Kim Davey. 8, Annie Halls. 9, Claudia Shalakian. 11, Paddy Sharalambis. 13, Brianna Buccini. 23, Keisha Allen. 25, Kiara Benora. And 51, Isabella Habuda. Reserve keeper, number 18, Michaela Kent. Along with 10, Lexi Moreno. 19, Natalie Sproul. 26, Hallie Thomas. 27, Alyssa Nsard. And 35, Sarah Passafaro for Lauren Phelps. We are away for Sunday football here at Wanderers Football Park. Western Sydney Wanderers and Gladesville Ravens. As we get underway, it's the Wanderers in their traditional red and black. Gladesville in the black and white, or the predominantly white shirts with the black and white stripes. So easy to distinguish these two as we get underway this afternoon. Wanderers running left to right on your screen this afternoon. I can tell you there is a very strong breeze which has been blowing for a good hour or two from what I can gather here at Wanderers Football Park. And we're underway, so conditions a little bit tricky. You can see the assistance flag on the far side. I'll mention the officials this afternoon. It's Alana Zick in charge. Hannah Sheridan and Laura Hawkins are the assistants this afternoon. You can see that flag on the far side. Certainly doing some heavy-duty work. So it's Gladesville with an early throw into the area. And the ruling is a corner. Corner for Gladesville, so an early chance for the visitors to get underway. We've got 2 other matches on, or in fact 3 other matches on this afternoon. Both, well, they haven't quite kicked off at the Village Green just yet. We'll get to those in a moment. Wilford Carroll lays it off. Shot comes in just wide. That was very close early on. I think that might have been Annie Halls having a shot from outside 18. And that was desperately close. So yes, those other games this afternoon, as I was about to say, match of the round at Popondetta Park. It's Mount Druitt Town Rangers taking on Arpia Leichhardt. And at the Village Green, they have just kicked off University of New South Wales and Macarthur Rams. Both those games only a couple of minutes old, so no score there, no early drama in those games. The other match is Newcastle Jets taking on Manly United at Lake Macquarie. I can tell you, a free kick there for... No, it's going to be a throw to Gladesville. I can tell you, Nicola Posner being match of the round. He's at Popondetta Park for Rangers and Tigers, Mount Druitt and Arpia. It's Mel Muscat at the Village Green for UNSW and Macarthur. And Ashley Borg, our resident Hunter Valley caller, bringing you the action from Lake Macquarie this afternoon. Mike Sheen with you here at Wanderers Football Park. We did have a couple of games last night. 2 games, same commentator for both of them. Paletti calling the double. The first one was the Spirit and Illawarra Stingrays match from Christie Park. That one finished scoreless. while last night he made the short trip up to North Turramurra from the Circle. And it was Northern Tigers 2, Bulls FC Academy 1 in Saturday night football. So we have had one game postponed. Ball cleared off the line here for the Wanderers. Zamaya works it into the box. That's a lovely ball in. She'll get it back on the 1-2, lifts it to the back post. Cleared away by the Ravens. Kim Davey getting in and doing some defending. We have had one match postponed, which was due to be at Petermore Field this afternoon between Sydney Olympic and Sydney University. So that one has been postponed. That will be at a date to be advised by Football New South Wales. So only 3 matches on this afternoon. You can keep across all of those via the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. You've got the technology and the now, so you can stream all 3 at once, or all 4 of them at once, and go quad screen on that one. My idea of a good afternoon, just quietly quad screening football from here, there and everywhere. So certainly enjoy bringing you the NPL Women's New South Wales competition. So yes, no early goals around the grounds. We'll keep you on top of that during the afternoon and the evening. Chelsea Barton, the former Macarthur Rams player, making the drive up the M7. Part of the Wanderers lineup alongside former teammate Maya Lobo. They've both made the short drive up the M7 from Linwood Park to Wanderers. Part of this new look squad this year. Annika Stajic was part of the Football New South Wales Institute squad last year. That's Isabella Habuda, the former Ampia Leichhardt player. Going down the line, Koshaba. Another one who is former Institute. Lobo, down the line. Nice inside ball there. Round the corner for Capitan Ellis, the former Sydney Uni player. Now in red and black. And an even first 5 minutes. Neither side giving away too much. Certainly a fine afternoon. There has been showers on and off during the day, but nothing substantial in this area at least. We are under cover this afternoon, so hopefully we get through the next 90 minutes without any drama, but making the drive out here this afternoon certainly was a real mixed bag weather-wise. Wipers on, wipers off, sunny's on, sunny's off. And that was in a reasonably short drive, so that tells you what sort of afternoon it's been. And although the pitch is dry for now, certainly has been rain in western and southwestern Sydney across the day. Amy Hall plays out to Maya Lobo. Now it's Gemma Ferris dropping back from the A-League's squad to play in this team tonight. Barton. Slides it forward. Stajic. Back to Zumaya. Barton again, the one touch, trying to pick out Zumaya on the inside. Just couldn't quite find her there. Chelsea Barton. Ferris decides we'll reload. Recycle to the left. Lobo. Forward. The ball has gone out, so it'll be a throw. Will it? No. Referee Alana Zick is holding up play for the moment. Says it'll be a free kick to the Wanderers. Found an infringement in there somewhere. Alana Zick. Nice touch from Stajic. Now I'll have to check my my team lists because we've got a player out there in a jersey I don't have on my list, so I'll have to double check my details here. Could have been a late change to the lineup. No, certainly nothing on my screen anyway that has the official team list. So hopefully that's just a shirt change for one of the players. Ferris. Free kick going the way of the Wanderers there for the foul. Kiara Benora bringing down Estella Cameron. There's Cameron on the ball again. Lobo swings it left-hand side. That's got through everybody. Clean bowled Talia Capitanellis there. Would have been middle stump, halfway up. Would have been no need for DRS or video review on that one. That was middle stump, halfway up. Thank you very much. Thankfully, we're not playing that game this afternoon. It remains 0-0. We've had nearly 10 minutes play here at Wanderers Football Park. Zamaya cuts to the right-hand side for Cameron. Trying to work a little combination play there, but Annie Halls comes in to lend a hand for the Ravens. Possession has been all Wanderers in the opening 10 minutes. Territory been fairly even, I guess. Arate. Ferris down the right touch line, slides it forward looking for Stajic, but she's called offside. Out of the breeze, it's been quite a pleasant afternoon, but temperature sitting at 23 degrees, but very windy conditions here. Good crowd in attendance, as per usual here at Wanderers Park. To watch the home side take on Gladesville. Collectively, only one win between them this season. The Wanderers in 10th, Gladesville 12th on the ladder coming into this one. Ball into the area, not dealt with. Stajic loaded up. Didn't get the shot away. Arate from long range. That one well wide of the mark and easily out. Eliza Coleman under no pressure there to see that one trickle over the line for a goal kick. Got all 4 games underway, and I can tell you there's no score in any of those matches around the grounds. Approaching 15 minutes played in all of them. All the scoreline across the board for the Sunday evening in NPL Women's Round 4 action. They've all passed the 10-minute mark. Ball into the area here. That's a good ball over the top. Bit too deep for the Wanderers. They'll have to recycle here through Chelsea Barton. Trust your right foot for Chelsea Barton. No doubt we'll be relishing the starting minutes here at Wanderers Park. The header there just away to the left-hand side of the post. No doubt Chelsea Barton relishing the starting minutes here. She was a substitute at MacArthur, but with the lineup they had available, it's not hard to see why, but she's made the trip to Wanderers Park and no doubt enjoying the early season regular minutes for her. Played nearly 250 minutes so far this season, Chelsea Barton. Having a look at some unofficial numbers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, Eliza Coleman didn't start last week. Michaela Kent did. Claudia Shalakian, the leading goal scorer, with a brace, or two to her credit. Shot comes in from Zumaya, but it'll be flagged off anyway. It's offside against the Wanderers, their second one today. Isabella Habuda only getting her second start of the season. Annie Dasco and Brianna Buccini, along with Keisha Allen, having played every minute so far this season for Gladesville. Free kick going the way of Gladesville. Now Wanderers through Stajic. Down the left-hand side, that's a nice ball back inside. She's being marked by Kiera Benora. Ball into the area, and that sails away to the right. Keisha Allen playing out from the back. As Jalakian down the line, doesn't go that way, goes further afield. Habuda will be offside. He was running into space, but according to the assistant on the far side, did it illegally. So the free kick to be taken on the right-hand side by Gemma Ferris. Looking very slick this afternoon, the Wanderers squad. Disappointing result last weekend, a 3-1 loss away to Illawarra at Macedonia Park. Mackenzie getting the lone goal late to redeem a little bit for the Wanderers. They had a big win 2 weeks ago here against Sydney Olympic, 3-1. After that heavy loss on the opening day, 5-1 to Manly United. I won't say that too loudly. While for Gladesville, they've only mustered a point on the opening day with Sydney Olympic. Sarah Passafaro scoring early on that occasion. Last week, a disappointing result for them, a 2-1 loss to MacArthur at home at Christie Park. Before that, a 2-1 loss to Apia at Lambert Park. So both these teams struggling for form. One win between them. Only round 4 of 26 though, so a long way to go in the season. Both teams certainly will be eyeing off positions higher than 10th and 12th on the ladder. Coleman taking a touch, pushing that one wide on the right. Wanderers coming away with it. Stajic finding Capitan Ellis. Ferris has to clean up, but Habuda gets there first. Now it's Benora. And They settle here through the skipper, Kim Davey. Neither side giving away too much. Wanderers certainly pressing hard in the early going here. Gladesville trying to ride out the early challenge, withstand the pressure coming from the home side. Abuda can't control that. She does win it back though. Hall's trying to thread the needle on the right. Abuda coming across from Ampia Leichhardt in the off-season. A lot of steady names in the Gladesville lineup again this season. A lot of familiar faces in the black and white outfit, so no issues with combinations. Eliza Coleman plays out. Davey. And he hauls. Cheryl Ambers trying to work it on down the line. I think it was Buccini trying to make the run. Barton and Ferris. Now Zamaya. Wanderers like this right channel for attack. Cameron. Lauren Phelps sending the Gladesville bench to warm up after 20 minutes. A little bit of foot tennis there. Amy Hall settles it down with an easy claim at the back. She's in the yellow kit. Eliza Coleman in the pale blue. Ferris and Barton. Cameron joining in. The run coming from Chelsea Barton. They reload now and recycle. Maya Lobo. Out wide. Amy Hall sweeps it wide to the right for Arate. Now Cheryl Ambers, right-hand side, takes on a couple, doesn't win that battle. Hasn't been much given by either side in the opening 20 minutes. Back fours have really kept it in midfield. Captain Ellis. Pocket picked by Cheryl Ambers. Now it's Annie Halls. Davey. All turned over. Now it's Keisha Allen. Wide to the right for Wilford Carroll. Back to Coleman. Kim Davey, right-hand side. Midway through the first half, no goals here. Mike Shane with you this afternoon, trying not to be blown away at Wanderers Football Park. Very breezy afternoon here in Western Sydney. Davey down the right for Gladesville. Cheryl Lambers worked it down the line, but just the run not being timed there. It just wasn't timed the way they would have liked. Too much on it, and it goes over and out for a goal kick. Quick check around the grounds. Around 25 minutes gone in all our matches this afternoon, and it's 0-all across the board. Mount Druitt Town Rangers and RPL Leichhardt, Newcastle Jets and Manly United, University of New South Wales and Macarthur Rams. All scoreless, 20-plus minutes played. Keep you on top of those during the afternoon. Likewise here, we're scoreless through nearly 24 minutes. Half a chance for Habuda here. Kashaba. Referee's found a free kick going the way of Western Sydney. And it looks like we might have an issue here for Kim Davey, the captain. Going down in midfield. This is not a good sign for Gladesville, with the captain going down effectively on her own. Looks like everyone's going to steal a drink while they can on what is a mild afternoon. Temperature sitting around 23, but certainly a very breezy afternoon. See the assistance flag on the far side working overtime there, and the banner on the far side having to be tied down very firmly. I tell you from up here in our commentary position, certainly a very blustery afternoon for football. Kim Davies back to her feet, but cutting a very forlorn figure as she heads towards the touchline. Both teams taking the opportunity to have a mouthful of water and a quick chat to the coaching staff. Been a very even affair so far. Precious few shots on goal. On my count, we've only had one corner. That one going the way of Gladesville early on. As we get back underway. Kim Davey doing a bit of a touchline fitness test. I think she's been given the all clear by the medical staff, and she has returned to the field of play. Keep an eye on how she goes in the next 5-10 minutes or so. She's dropped back into her regular right centre-back role. Having to get involved here. That one well and truly over the line and out. Arate heads up, and that one comes down on the right side of the fence. Wasn't sure which way that one was going to land, but landed on the right side of the fence for all concerned. Didn't need to send the search party out to retrieve that one. Amy Hall with a goal kick for the Wanderers. Ferris. Nothing doing on this side, so they'll switch to the left. Out wide. See if they can unlock this Gladesville defence down the left channel. No joy there by the looks of it. They force the error, Gladesville. Cheryl Lambers. One touch from Annie Halls is far too deep. That one over and out for another goal kick. And I know we don't keep stats on goal kicks, but that would be the leading stat for the afternoon. Goal kicks, I would reckon Amy Hall's had at least half a dozen. Eliza Coleman hasn't been missing too many either, so I know that's not one we keep check of, but certainly been a few this afternoon. Hasn't been any other stats, but the goal kick count would be rather high. Benora lifting it over the top, looking for Charalambous, who'd made the run. Koshaba down the right. That's a good ball forward for Capitan Ellis. Beats her opponent inside the area. Shot comes in off the hands of Eliza Coleman. She was able to clean up easily at the end, but the ball out, not a good one, trying to reach Brianna Buccini, but only found the Gladesville bench on the sideline. Approaching half an hour here at Wanderers Park. Western Sydney Wanderers 0, Gladesville Ravens 0. You'd see a couple of the A-League girls taking in the game this afternoon, including one Amy Harrison. No, Amy's here this afternoon, not on duty in any way, shape or form, but coming to watch the academy side, the NPL team, do their thing. Ball over the top for Habuda. Flag stays down. Charalambous. Benora. Swings it wide to the right. Habuda again. This time cuts it in, but I don't think that was cross, shot or pass either. All it did was end up in Wanderers' possession, and Charalambous rather frustrated with whatever that ball was. Benora sweeps it wide to the right-hand side. They've got some room here, Gladesville. Trying to wear down the young Wanderers after half an hour. Maya Lobo puts that away safely. And he does go down the line. Charalambous offside. Who, me, sir? Surely not. Couldn't have been me. But the referees, well, I haven't seen them in all my years change their minds on the pleadings of a player, so I don't think we're about to start a new trend here. All over the top, that breeze really holding up at ground level. Benora. Shalakian back to Benora. And he hauls. Out wider for Buccini. Sends it in, Gemma Ferris. Back from whence it came. And that'll find the sidelines. That'll be a Gladesville throw. 32nd minute here at Wanderers Football Park. Western Sydney Wanderers 0, Gladesville Ravens 0. Charalambous can't control it. Just running away from her on this Sunday evening on the synthetic surface. We've got a goal at the Village Green. It's gone the way of the home team after half an hour. It's UNSW 1, MacArthur 0. No score in the other matches. Mount Druitt and Arpia scoreless through 33. Newcastle and Manly scoreless through 32. We've ticked into 33 minutes here and remains 0-0. Buccini. Now they reload through Eliza Coleman. Davey finds any hauls on the turn. Charalambous. In fact, that was Buccini who couldn't keep it in. Goes out. It'll be a Wanderers throw on their left-hand side. Just over 12 minutes to half-time. Game's been played at a good tempo. No goals, very few shots, to be honest, in the first half. Been very much a midfield tussle. The back four giving away little, if anything, at either end of the ground. Two teams that have only scored 8 goals between them. They have only conceded a collective 14, so not exactly leaking goals. The Wanderers have actually conceded more. They've conceded 9 in the opening 3 weeks. Gladesville only 5, so not even 2 a game against the Ravens, whereas it's 3 apiece for the Wanderers. Got bodies down in midfield. Shot comes in, and that was just away to the right. Anika Stajic having a look from a long way out. And that was not far away. Kim Davey. Looked like a bit of an issue with an ankle earlier. A lower leg problem, but seems to have recovered from that injury or from that knock. Ball headed on by Annie Halls for Charalambus. Dasco back to Davey. They'll switch here, Gladesville. Try and find something on the right-hand side. Good pressure coming from Zumaya. Forced Keisha Allen to go back to Kim Davey. Now Annie Halls. Charalambus. Left-hand side, Wilford Carroll. Can she run onto that? No. Just a bit too much on it from the experienced midfielder in Paddy Charalambus, midfielder and forward. Just a bit too much heat on that one and unable to be kept in on this broadcast touchline, the grandstand touchline at Wanderers Football Park. Benora goes down. Charalambus worked it forward, but only picked out Gemma Ferris. Chelsea Barton. Back to Ferris. Koshaba not able to keep it in, and I think got an issue here for Benora after that challenge. Taking in a few deep ones. The medical staff not called for. So it'll be a throw on the far side. That one headed down by Annie Halls. Tried to turn the corner. Had Habuda on the outside, but just couldn't find her there. Barton. And Stajic down the line. Doesn't go that way. Goes further afield looking for Zamaya. One touch wouldn't sit for the Wanderers. Benora, a nice little turn there. Wilford Carroll made the run, but she didn't go that way. Went more centrally instead. Trying to pick out Habuda. Now Barton. Stajic. Ferris. Maya Lobo with the armband providing an option. Cameron. Arate. A bit of hold up here, Wanderers. Try and build something. Now Wanderers on the far side. I think that's Amy Barker. It might be who may have changed her shirt number. Looks like Barker's playing in 33 this afternoon. Got 2 goals at Lake Macquarie, 1 apiece. Going around the grounds, it's Newcastle Jets 1, Manly United 1 after 38. NSW still lead Macarthur 1-0 after 37. While at Popondetta, scoreless after 40 minutes. Here we're scoreless into the 39th. Halls, edge of the box, laid it off for Habuda. Intercepted by Koshaba, and we'll have another corner. Second one of the day, both going to the black and white. And it'll be Paddy Charalambous to send it in. On the right-hand side for Gladesville. The far side of the pitch as we look at it. Charalambous, the in-swinger, bodies on the deck, free kick Wanderers. I would imagine both coaches would be reasonably happy approaching half-time, just over 5 minutes remaining to the break. Wilfred Carroll wins the throw down below our commentary position on high. Up on the gantry this afternoon. Free kick goes the way of Western Sydney. Gladesville none too thrilled with Alana Zick's decision, so they decide to win the ball back through Annie Halls. Back to Kim Davey. Slides it forward to Charalambous. Now Annie Dasco. Back to the captain. Dasco goes down. This time they get the whistle. Gladesville. Bit of a tough case to plead against that one. I think that was Amy Barker there, the offender. Dasco with the free kick about 35 metres out, pretty well directly in front. Dasco works it into the area. Appeals for handball. Alana Zick not interested. Dasco coming in to try and apply some pressure and win the ball back. She's done well there. Annie Dasco goes to ground, doesn't get the call this time. It'll be a Wanderers throw on the left. Inside 4 minutes to half time. 0-0 the scoreline, it remains. Hasn't been many real shots on target this afternoon. Now a chance for Gladesville. Habuda to the outside, taking on Lobo. Tries to work around her. Bit of a do-si-do there, but the Wanderers defender comes out on top. Wanderers getting the throw on this occasion. Just on 3 minutes to the break. Wanderers bench keeping loose to our left on the far side of the pitch. Annie Halls working in tight quarters, looking for Habuda. Long ball worked forward by Charalambous. Might almost break here for Shalakian, who's been toiling hard, but seen precious little of it. Shalakian. Back to Charalambous. Shalakian again sends this one into the box. That one not far away. Found side netting and out, but good effort there from Claudia Shalakian, the former Manly United player, making the trip a couple of years ago to Christie Park in Gladesville. I have to check myself because we have two teams out of Christie Park and they meet next weekend in the Norwest Derby. Spirit and Ravens next week. It's a Ravens home game. Well, for the Wanderers, they're on the road. They get a tough assignment next week away to Apia Leichhardt at Lambert Park. That will be a doozy of a battle. That is for sure. This one not done with yet. Kim Davey turns her head up. As she knows she's made an error there. Just over 70 seconds to the break. A corner to the Wanderers on the far side. Corner on the Wanderers left. In it comes the in-swinger. Congestion, has it found its way in? The referee says it is a goal. A goal to Western Sydney. A little bit of confusion there. Somehow it found its way in. Not quite sure who's been credited with that, but goal to the Wanderers. In the 45th minute, Western Sydney Wanderers take the lead. 1-0. We'll send that one off to the powers that be to determine who got the last touch on that. We'll have a look at half-time, see if we can determine it from our vision. Into stoppage time now. Barton. Wheels it back. Cameron. So Wanderers playing from in front. But for how long? Wilfred Carroll centres it. Chance for Habuda. Lost the touch there for the moment. Kashaba. Now Lobo, they settle at the Wanderers. Might be a little bit of added time in the first half. Long ball down the line looking for Stajic, marked by Keisha Allen. Back heel's a nice one for Capitanellis. This one worked into the box nicely. Cameron with a high header. That only finds the back fence. We'll only have the 1 minute of added time, or in fact less than that. So at half-time at Wanderers Football Park, Western Sydney Wanderers leading the Gladesville Ravens by 1-0. We'll take a break and be back with the second half in about 15 minutes. Welcome back to Wanderers Football Park. Half-time in this round 4 NPL Women's New South Wales match. Western Sydney Wanderers leading Gladesville Ravens, by 1-0. Mike Sheen with you. As we've had a bit of a turn of weather here at half-time, and not for the better. And we did have a passing shower here during the break. So that'll take the edge off the pitch. Let's have a look at the scores around the grounds at half-time. All the matches around the half-time mark. They're in, I think they've restarted actually at Lake Macquarie. It's Newcastle Jets 1, Manly United 1. At Village Green, it's UNSW 2, Macarthur Rams 0. That's half-time. At Popondetta Park, the other match, Mount Druitt Town Rangers 0, NPL Leichhardt 0. Here, Western Sydney Wanderers leading by a goal to 0. Now, I did have a look at the vision of that goal just before half-time. It looks like, and I'll say it looks like, Estella Cameron. So we'll go with that. Estella Cameron getting the goal for the Wanderers, but quite a bit of confusion and conjecture about who actually got the goal at half-time. So certainly not with any confidence that we're saying that, but it looks as though it's Estella Cameron with the goal. Should be able to check through the official details. See if there's any information provided at the break. Doesn't look that way. So players making their way back to the touchline and back to the field. Looks like everything's in order. Amy Hall just getting a few last practice shots before the second half gets underway. So scores around the grounds. Newcastle Jets 1, Manly United 1. That's early second half. Half-time in the other games. UNSW 2, Macarthur 0. Mount Druitt Town Rangers 0, NPL Leichhardt 0. Alana Zick happy with everything being ready. The last couple of subs scurrying across to the benches respectively. Angelina Scamadella, the last one, making her way to the touchline. Now that everybody's set, we're away for the second half. Western Sydney Wanderers 1, Gladesville Ravens 0. Mike Sheen with you this evening on the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Great to have you along for the call. Been a very enjoyable game, this one. Looks like we've had a shirt change back at half-time. The shot comes off the crossbar. Wasn't far away and out for a corner to the Wanderers. So it looks like Amy Barker's gone back to her original number 18 shirt at the break. She was listed in 18 originally. So the corner on the right-hand side for the Wanderers. Early moments, second half. Corner on the right-hand side. In it comes, the in-swinger. Cleared away by Gladesville. Not quite out of the area. Second effort here. Capitanellis swings it in. Eventually cleared away by Gladesville. Habuda. Struggling to get out of their own defensive third here. Gladesville. Wanderers with possession. Cameron, we've credited her with the goal. Arate. Now she'll get it on the 1-2. Timed the run nicely. The ball was just a fraction heavy But they'll keep possession here, Western Sydney Wanderers on the far side. Nearly 2 minutes gone in the second half. Gladesville now able to clear their lines. Dasco, nice ball over the top. Looks like Alyson and Sard's come on at half-time. Try and provide a bit of spark for the Ravens. Barker. Now Capitan Ellis down the left. Good tackle coming in from Keisha Allen. It could be Benora that's been replaced at half-time. Now I can see her there. So I'll do a quick head check here to see who the player is. I don't think... Just having a look to see if Kim Davies back on the park. She did pick up that knock in the first half, so don't know whether she's returned. Barker. This time the run there. Been one of those afternoons in Sydney town, the weather, if you don't like it, wait 15 minutes, it'll change. We've now got beautiful sunshine breaking through in the Golden West. Maya Lobo heading that one away. Lobo. Now a chance for Gladesville down the left-hand side, but that one breaks down. Can't see Paddy Charalambous out there. She might be the one who's made way at the break. Kim Davies out there, so she's continuing on. Obviously that knock is not too serious. So yeah, it looks like Paddy Charalambous has made way for a listening Sard at half-time. One change for the Ravens. Trying to spark a bit of something in the second 45. We've had 5 minutes of those. Wilfred Carroll. Now the ball worked forward towards Lobo. Coming through was Dasco. Headed forward, touched on. Habuda couldn't quite stretch far enough. The leg was fully stretched out, needed another few centimetres on that to be able to reach it. Wanderers able to clear. We've got a third goal at Lake Macquarie going the way of the home team. 10 minutes gone, second half. It's Newcastle Jets 2, Manly United 1. Still 2-0 UNSW over MacArthur. And no score, Mount Druitt and Apia. All games early in the second half. Looks like they might have got the jump up at Lake Macquarie. They're about 10 minutes in. All the other games around the 5-minute mark. Keep you across those scores during the afternoon. Long throw down the left-hand side. Arate goes down. She's picked up a problem with her right foot there, so we'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, Gladesville on the attack. Shot comes in taken by Annie Hall, and now we'll have a stoppage. Sienna Arate pleading her case to Alana Zick. Doesn't seem to be too serious, so play will continue. It's an uncontested drop ball, but it was a goal kick anyway, so no damage done. Long ball down the line. Trying to pick out Keisha Allen. All the way back to Eliza Coleman under pressure. Got the ball away, did well. And there's some gaps breaking here for Gladesville. Puccini sliding it forward. Picked out Maya Lobo, however. Now the Wanderers on the counter. Down the left-hand side. Capitan Ellis. Back to Arate. Run being made down the left for Kashaba. Cuts inside one. Wants to get on the right. Lays it off. Nice ball. A slip from Stajic at the wrong moment. Goes out for a goal kick. Now it's Cameron, crediting her with the goal. Certainly appeared as though the reaction of the players was that she got the last touch. Now, Annie Hall's playing it forward, too deep though. And Amy Hall claims it at the back. Gladesville once again pressing hard. Inside beaten by Barton. Capitan Ellis with a lovely one touch. In fact, it was Stajic with the one touch down the right-hand side. Wanderers inside the area. Tackle is made by Wilfred Carroll. Corner to the Wanderers. Lovely tackle there from Wilfred Carroll, not conceding the foul. Did very well to play it out and not give away the foul and the penalty. Only the corner for Western Sydney on the right. It'll be Talia Capitan Ellis to bring it in. The in-swinger swung out to the penalty spot. Arate under pressure. Ball swung to the right, but too deep and out for a Gladesville throw. So 10 minutes gone, second half. No change to our half-time score of Western Sydney Wanderers 1, Gladesville Ravens 0. Mike Shane with you this evening from Wanderers Football Park. The weather seems to have taken a turn for the better after a passing shower at the break. I know the forecast is for rain for the next week or so every day. Not necessarily a lot, but enough to make things rather difficult. Arate. Lobo. Sold the dummy nicely there. I'll reload through Annie Hall. Or through Amy Hall, rather. Annie Hall's in the black and white. That's her chasing after Maya Lobo, who swings that one down the line in the direction of Annika Stajic. Beats her opponent nicely. Swings onto the left from the top of the box. Decides better of it. Now on the right-hand side. She wanted to get the shot away, but got the ball on a string at the moment. Annika Stajic. Down the right-hand side, Cameron. Goes to ground. Free kick. Free kick to the Wanderers. Dangerous area here. About 10 or 12 metres out. Only a metre or so in from touch on that far side of the ground. The eastern side. Ningsard marking the 10 metres. Swings it in towards the box. Up it goes. Doesn't come down. Hasn't been cleared. Still the Wanderers have it. Captain Ellis puts it back into the mixer. Eventually cleared away by Gladesville. All hands to the pump there, but they managed to hold on for now. It'll be a Gladesville throw on the left-hand side as we approach the hour mark. Benora. Now Davey. Puccini. Only picks out Arate. Now it's Barker. Pushing forward. In fact, that's not Wilfred Carroll. That's Keisha Allen. Coleman makes the error with the wide pass. Trying to pick out her defender back there. But only found the touch line, so it'll be a throw on the right-hand side for Western Sydney. Cameron and Barton. They turn it over. Almost an hour gone here at Wanderers Park, and Wanderers have the lead 1-0. Around the grounds, a third goal for UNSW. They're running right over MacArthur at Village Green. 10 gone second half, 55 minutes. UNSW 3, MacArthur 0. Still Newcastle 2, Manly 1. And still no score, almost an hour gone at Popondetta, Mount Druitt Town Rangers 0, RPL Leichhardt 0. That's the match of the round. Puccini trying to work it forward for Gladesville, but that one too long for any hauls. So, almost an hour down here at Wanderers Park. Finally, the goal kick to be taken. Don't forget to keep up to date with all the latest news and goings on. Shot comes in, one hand save from Amy Hall. Headed away by Maya Lobo. Has been cleared, Shalakian. Halls. Under pressure, Glades will turn it over. Benora wins the foul though. Gladesville would love an equaliser here with half an hour to go to make it interesting. Looks like we've got a substitution here for Gladesville. Coming off is Kiara Benora. Pick up that new player in a moment for the Ravens. Free kick, chipped short, head on target. Tipped over the bar, Amy Hall outstanding. I don't think it would have counted. It's offside anyway, but a brilliant piece of play. The header coming from Keisha Allen. And tipped over the bar by Amy Halls. She wasn't to know that was going to be offside, so the play had to be made, and she did it extremely well. It's Lexi Moreno who's come on. She'll get half an hour of game time. Captain Ellis. Nice ball forward for Barker. Barker into space. Slides it across, looking for a Wanderers player who puts it in the back of the net, and Annika Stajic makes it 2-0. What a finish from Annika Stajic. Western Sydney Wanderers double down just past the hour. That was a brilliant finish. Western Sydney Wanderers 2, Gladesville Ravens 0. The youngster bags another, her second for the season. In fact, her third for the season. The Wanderers double up just past the hour. A potential second win on the cards for Western Sydney. Wanderers lead at 2-0. Gladesville with that goal against them. That will hurt their chances, but they need to score. Moreno having a look. Not a bad effort. Gladesville certainly going hard, a long way from home. So that result would certainly help Western Sydney Wanderers up the table. See if I can bring up the live ladder for you and see what that would do to everything. Ball in the area. Abuda wanting handball. Referee Zick says no deal. Shot comes in away to the right-hand side from Gladesville. Couple of good saves recently. That 2-0 margin will make all the difference, especially on the back of the other results. Only Northern Tigers having a win coming in today, but it certainly looks as though it's NSW climbing the ladder. They would almost go to the top of the table depending on other results, especially with Arpia being held scoreless against Mount Druitt. Free kick goes the way of Gladesville. Free kick on the left-hand side for Gladesville into the area. Dasco trying to put a head on it. Couldn't quite get there in time. Davey sends it back. All lifted over the top by Dasco, trying to pick out Allen. That one away to the left-hand side of the post. Now a chance for the Wanderers at the other end. Capitanellis trying to beat 2. Davey gets back, goes down. Capitanellis keeps it in the field of play. Looking for somebody at the back, Brooklyn Hudson, who's come on recently. Was there trying to force it home. Moreno lifts it over the top at the other end. Amy Hall decides to settle it. Hudson working on the right-hand side. Now a chance for Gladesville. They're trying to build something here. Just not able to find a way through this Wanderers defence, who are now attacking at the other end. A tackle will certainly draw a free kick and a yellow card. Probably a little bit lucky that wasn't more than a yellow card. That was Annie Dasco making the play. First player on my count into the referee's notebook. So the live ladder that I've got sees Wanderers vault themselves up the table on the back of the 2-0 lead they have. If they can hold on to that or even extend it, that'll only help their cause. They'll be a point behind Apia, who are playing at the moment. And checking those scores, it's still 0-0 there. No change to our scorelines around the grounds. Newcastle 2, Manly 1. 15 to go there. 20 to go at Popondetta. It's still 0-0, Mount Druitt and Apia. And UNSW leading Macarthur 3-0. So a win for UNSW will put them top of the table as it stands, if I've got my calculations correct. They'll go top of the pile. Apia would go to 8, but on goal difference they would probably drop into second or third. Mount Druitt would join Western Sydney on 6. They would go ahead of the Wanderers on goal difference. Here's a chance for Gladesville, trying to pick one back. On the left-hand side, good run there from Habuda. Now Gladesville trying to work in tight spaces. A little bit of triangle play there. Stajic. Dasco sends it long, but only red and black back there. $20 to go here at Wanderers Football Park. Western Sydney Wanderers 2, Gladesville Ravens 0. Maya Lobo long and down the line. So a very congested top of the table. Throw into the mix Newcastle leading Manly United. So they would go to 6 as well with a 1 or 2 goal buffer. They'd be right in the hunt. So the top 4 as I've got it. I'm very hesitant to say that because with the live ladder it's It's all hands and all stations here, so trying to calculate this on the run. So Apia would go to 8 points rather. Mount Druitt would go to 6. Mind you, Mount Druitt have not conceded a goal so far in 3.5 or more than 3.5 games. I'll double check that fact right now. He's still 0-0. Got a change for Gladesville back here. Abuda is off. And it looks like Sarah Passafaro coming on for the final 17 minutes. So yes, with Newcastle leading 2-1. They've got a game in hand as well, mind you. They would go to 6 points. So that top half of the table is really spreading out here. Very little between them. And you've got teams like Sydney Olympic and Sydney Uni with games in hand. So that table, Wanderers would be mid-table if the result stands over the next quarter hour. Gladesville trying to do something about it. Wanderers would certainly climb to mid-table and relative safety on the back of 2 wins in the opening month. They'd take that gratefully after the first 4 weeks. If you said, we'll give you 2 wins and 6 points, we'll say thank you very much. Here's a chance for a third, but Gladesville desperately trying to hold on. Nungsard for Buccini, bit heavy. Cameron. Now it's Capitan Ellis. Cameron stretching. Moreno got in there to win it out. You can see the size difference between some of the more experienced Gladesville players and the younger Wanderers players. Passafaro can't keep it in. It'll be a Gladesville throw on the far side. I don't think Estella Cameron is too thrilled with that decision. So inside the last 20 minutes everywhere this evening. 10 to go at Newcastle. It's still the Jets leading Manly 2-1. Still no score. Mount Druitt and Apia at Popondetta. And UNSW 3-0 over MacArthur at Village Green. Hands in the back there. Referee Alana Zick saw it. And a free kick. Game's been played at a really good tempo today. Inside, hasn't been many stoppages in this one. Cameron. Now they reload through Gemma Ferris. Chelsea Barton. Down the line, that's a lovely ball forward for Amelia Cassar. Cassar can't pull that one back. Two changes made by Western Sydney. Still Scamadella, Vanderlaan and Cleur on the bench. Plus reserve keeper Jasmine Silva. Free kick goes the way of Gladesville. Good save there from Annie Hall at the back, or Amy Hall rather at the back. Wanderers player goes down and they get the whistle. Don't forget to keep up with all the latest news. The official Football New South Wales podcast kickoff. Join Teo Pellizzeri and Annabelle Banfield for the latest edition, featuring an interview with Apia Leichhardt's big signing, Mel Caceres. You can get that wherever you find your podcasts. Somebody's going to send a search party out to find that football. That one's over and out of bounds. But yes, don't miss the latest edition of Kickoff, the official Football New South Wales NPL and Leagues podcast with Teo Pellizzeri and Annabelle Banfield. Available wherever you get your podcasts and well worth a listen. I've got to say, the interview with Mel Caceres, along with the others, Spirit men's coach David Perkovic and Noah Chianese from SD Raiders in League One men's. The three interviews well worth a listen, and some interesting tidbits dropped along the way. If you've checked the social media for Football New South Wales lately, you might have copped a tip or two into what's coming or what's in the latest edition. So without giving away too much, have a look on the socials. A couple of interesting fun facts about a couple of our guests on the latest edition of Kickoff, available wherever you get your podcasts. And well worth a listen, the official Football New South Wales podcast. 11 minutes and change here at Wanderers Football Park. 1-1 the scoreline. In fact, not 1-1. Don't know where I got that from. It's 2-0 Wanderers. Wanderers 2, Gladesville 0. Goals to, we're saying, Cameron, and certainly Annika Stajic with the second about 15 minutes ago. That was a clinical finish from her third goal of the season. Been in rare form lately. 3 goals in the opening month is certainly worth shouting about, and she's been in very good form this afternoon with that goal. Can they add another here, the Wanderers? Kashaba, Lobo, Cameron, Barker. Runs being made left and right. It's Cassar, wide for Hudson. Swings it in, over the top and out. Had to check myself for a moment there. That was very nearly 3-0. Long ball played out by Gladesville from the back. On the half volley, Lexi Moreno. Only finds Maya Lobo. Moreno easily winning that back for the Ravens. As I mentioned, next week Gladesville will have the local derby. Home to Spirit at Christie Park. It is a Ravens home game. Then they're away to Mount Druitt and home to Northern Tigers in their next 3 weeks. That Northern Tigers game, those games are all on Easter Monday. Note, we've got a full round of matches on Easter Monday. Shot comes in from Stajic. That one easily taken by Eliza Coleman. While for the Wanderers, they're away to Apia next week. Then back here for UNSW and away to MacArthur. That's their next 3. No easy ones there. Apia away at Lambert Park. UNSW are in good form, and MacArthur planning to be back at Linwood Park in a few weeks. MacArthur back on home turf will be a tough assignment, even though they're not where they have been on the ladder in the last couple of years at the right end or the top end. They're at the wrong end of the ladder for them, but I'm sure there's probably a dozen or 13 other clubs thankful that the Rams are not flying high. Nice ball across field here. Cassar feeds it out wide for Hudson on the wing. Up on the touchline, Cassar providing that option back. Little 1-2 combination between the former Institute players. Ball to the top of the D, but cleared away by Gladesville. Maya Lobo sitting very high on halfway. Manly have got an equaliser at Lake Macquarie, so 2-2 the scoreline there. Manly trying to salvage a point late. Stajic can't beat 3. So even that late goal changing the complexion of the ladder, or the live ladder. Manly jumping back up on my calculations. We've got 5 teams on 8 points, if my maths is right, based on the results this evening. 5 teams joined at the top of the table, then a 2-point gap to Mount Druitt and Western Sydney. Then a further 2 points back to the chasing pack, and there's only a game between Newcastle, who would be in about 7th or 8th, to Gladesville, who would be at the bottom of the table if these calculations are correct. So absolutely nothing in this competition why you need to watch every game every week live and on demand through the Football New South Wales YouTube page. You can hear that breeze picking up late here at Wanderers Football Park. As I said, we did have a passing shower at half-time, but otherwise we've got through the game without any inclement weather. The breeze has picked up once again. Cameron's been very impressive this afternoon. Hudson up against Natalie Sproul, who's come on. Dasco down the line. That'll be too deep, and it was offside anyway against Gladesville. So 5 to go here. Wanderers 2-0 to the good. So the offside free kick to be taken by Western Sydney. Barker. Cassar. Good ball forward, looking for Stajic. There's Barker again. Really working hard, Amy Barker. Feeds it out for Capitanella, sends it into the box, looking for Koshaba, who couldn't get a head on it, out for a corner. Into stoppage time in Newcastle, it remains 2-2, 0-0 at Popondetta between Mount Druitt and Apia, 3-0 UNSW over MacArthur with 8 on the clock there. Inside 4 to go here, it's 2-0 Wanderers, looking to make it 3 and secure the 3 points. Hudson. The layoff and the ball into the box is a great one. Just too much on it. We're going to have a substitution for Western Sydney. So who's... Alana Zick saying hold up. It looks like that'll be the end for Annika Stajic. And the rain started falling again Thought we'd got through the afternoon without it, but looks like Mother Nature had other ideas this afternoon. So that should be Hope Clure coming on. Now we get underway. Final couple of minutes. In fact, it's Olivia Vanderlaan who's come on in 21. She'll get a couple of minutes at the back end of this one. Davey. Been a tough afternoon for Gladesville. Allen. Dasco providing an option in midfield. That one past her and out. But Gladesville retain possession. Ball lifted over the top, but intercepted by Gemma Ferris. In the last line. Been solid today at the back, Gemma Ferris. Really controlled things from the back. Down the right-hand side, that's Ningsard. That one goes out for a corner. So into the 89th minute here, Gladesville trying to pull one back. See the rain sweeping across the ground. In it comes. Cleared away as far as Moreno. She wanted it on the volley but couldn't get it. Ningsard. Moreno, the one touch into the box. Ball's there to be won. Amy Hall pushes it wide and keeps it in the field of play for a goal, for a keeper ball. Into the final minute of the 90 here at Rudy Hill this afternoon. Coleman just chips that one out. So into the final seconds here. Just retrieving another football. Keep the play moving. Into stoppage time almost here at Wanderers Football Park. This one's on ice. Captain Ellis keeps that one in the field of play, but sends it over the line and out for a goal kick. So there's 90 minutes. We're into red time, as you can see. How much will Alana Zick allow? Here's a chance for the Wanderers to make it 3. The layoff was good. Can they finish off here? Captain Ellis swings it in. Had red shirts there in the form of Cassar and Vanderlaan. It'll be a Wanderers throw on the right, deep. Chelsea Barton. A little bit of confusion here. I think Hudson was leaving the ball for Barton to take the throw, but that wasn't the option they took. Wanderers looked like they were trying to waste a bit of time. Offside against Western Sydney. Manly have stolen a late winner at Gladesville, at Newcastle rather, and we've got a late goal to Mount Druitt at Popondetta. So goals everywhere late. Newcastle Jets 2, Manly United 3. Mount Druitt Town Rangers 1, lead Apia Leichhardt 0. And UNSW 3-0 over MacArthur. Here it's 2-0 in the second minute of stoppage time. Moreno. Nice ball to the right for Jalakian. Centrally, back to Lexi Moreno. Where does she want to go? She's going to take a shot from 30 metres. Lexi Moreno if you don't mind. A bullet makes it 2-1. That was a wonder strike from Lexi Moreno late. Western Sydney Wanderers 2, Gladesville Ravens 1. Maybe we're not done with yet. I said there were late goals around the grounds. Don't forget us here. Throw that one in for good measure. Now it's all to play for. On the referee's watch, it'll be a goal kick for Gladesville. They want to get it up the other end quickly to see if they can steal a point late. How much is Alana Zick going to allow? Moreno, the goal scorer. Dispossessed. Capitanellis. Now it's Barker. On the turn, Vanderlaan swings it wide. That will be full time here at Wanderers Football Park. Western Sydney holds on for all 3 points. Full time here, Western Sydney Wanderers 2, Gladesville Ravens 1. Certainly a very entertaining match. Wanderers get the 3 points, but they got a late fright from Gladesville. But the Wanderers take their second win of the season. Mike Sheen signing off. Western Sydney Wanderers 2, Gladesville Ravens 1. Good night.